The United States is often described as the land of freedom and prosperity. It is a nation with some of the wealthiest individuals in the world, glittering skyscrapers and endless images of success. But behind this shining surface lies a darker reality. Millions of Americans live one step away from losing everything, and hundreds of thousands already have. They live on the sidewalks, in cars, under bridges, and in shelters that overflow each night. For many of them, the struggle to survive has pushed them into desperate choices. One of the harshest outcomes of this desperation is prostitution, selling the body when nothing else is left to sell. Homelessness in America has been rising for years. The causes are everywhere. The soaring cost of rent, wages that can't keep up with inflation, medical bills that bankrupt families, job losses that leave people stranded, and mental health problems that go untreated. Some people on the streets once had steady jobs and homes. Others grew up in poverty and never had the chance to escape it. But the end result is the same. They find themselves without a safe place to sleep at night. Imagine what that feels like. You wake up in a tent pitched on a dirty sidewalk. Cars speed by, people walk past without looking at you, and everything you own is stuffed into a backpack. You are always tired because it is impossible to sleep soundly outside. Hunger gnaws at you. Cold or heat wears you down. Every noise at night makes you wonder if someone is about to attack or rob you. This is daily life for the homeless in America. For women, the dangers of the street multiply. Being homeless as a woman means being constantly vulnerable to harassment and violence. It means facing choices no woman should ever have to make. Many turn to prostitution not because they want to, but because it becomes the only way to get money for food, shelter, or basic needs. A single night of sex work might pay for a motel room, a warm meal, or a small stash of supplies. But it also comes with endless risks: assault, exploitation, disease, and the constant threat of arrest. Homeless youth face a crisis of their own. Thousands of teenagers in America run away from abusive homes, foster care, or unsafe environments each year. When they land on the streets, predators are waiting. Pimps and traffickers know that desperate young people are easy targets. Within days, many of these kids are approached with offers of money, food, or shelter in exchange for sex. Some say yes because they feel they have no other choice. Others are manipulated and controlled until they are trapped in a cycle of prostitution. These are children, and yet they are treated as criminals instead of victims. Men, too, are part of this hidden story. Homeless men sometimes sell their bodies for money, food, or drugs. Their struggles are less visible, less talked about, but no less real. For them, the shame is heavy, and the silence even heavier. Their stories rarely make headlines, but they are out there, surviving in the shadows. Walk through the downtown of any big city, Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, Seattle, and you will see this crisis firsthand. Rows of tents line sidewalks. People sit with signs asking for help. And on certain corners, women and sometimes men wait for clients, trying to make enough to survive another day. On one side of the street, there might be luxury apartments and expensive cars. On the other, poverty and desperation on full display. The contrast is staggering, but most people pass by without stopping. The system's response has often been punishment, not compassion. Police are called to clear homeless encampments. Belongings are thrown away. People are moved along with nowhere to go. Women in prostitution are arrested and charged, while the men who pay them walk free. The result is a cycle of fines, records, and arrests that makes it even harder for people to rebuild their lives. It does not solve the crisis, it only deepens it. The connection between homelessness and prostitution is rooted in survival. When the system fails to provide housing, jobs, mental health care, and protection, people are forced into choices that keep them alive but strip away dignity. Selling the body becomes the final option, the last resort when every other door has been closed. This is not about morality or judgment. It is about survival in a society that leaves too many behind. And yet these people are human beings with stories, talents, and dreams. The woman selling her body on a corner might have once been a mother working 2 jobs before rent became too high. The man sleeping in a tent might have been a construction worker who lost his job after an injury. The teenager standing on a street corner might have been a student with big hopes before abuse forced them to run away. They are not faceless. They are us. They are part of the same society that too often refuses to see them. Solutions are possible. Affordable housing programs can give people a roof before they fall into the streets. Mental health and addiction treatment can offer support before lives spiral out of control. Shelters and safe houses can protect women and youth from being forced into prostitution. Exit programs can help those already trapped find a way out. These solutions require investment, effort, and most of all, compassion. But beyond government programs, it requires a change in how society sees the homeless and those in prostitution. Instead of shame, there must be understanding. Instead of judgment, there must be empathy. Instead of ignoring them, we must recognize them as neighbors and human beings. Because at the end of the day, homelessness and prostitution are not just about those people. They are about all of us. They are about the values we hold, the kind of society we want to live in, and the future we are building together. The United States has the wealth and resources to end these crises. It has the power to house the homeless, to protect the vulnerable, to stop the exploitation. But the question is, does it have the will? Will it choose to keep walking past the tents, past the street corners, past the silent suffering? Or will it stop, face the truth, and take action? Until that choice is made, the cycle will continue. The tents will spread, the corners will stay filled, and the cries for help will keep echoing, unheard by most. Homelessness and prostitution are the shadows of America's dream. They reveal not only the failures of the system, but the silence of society. And they ask us all one question: are we willing to see, and are we willing to care?